Hello, how are you? How are you doing? Jenny here, and I just want to take a minute to come live because I've had quite a lot of new followers and everybody, and I just wanted to come and just say hello and first of all introduce myself and give you a bit of an idea of why I do what I do. I'm not mad, I swear. Sometimes I think I am, and it was like I've been suffering. I won't lie, I've been suffering a little bit for the last year or so with a little bit of imposter syndrome, and I think we all get that. Um, and it was only when somebody said to me yesterday, because I said, well, with my last business, I used to be so visible. I'd be out there and I had my stuff on the front covers of magazines. I was a columnist. I did all this stuff. And with this business, I don't know why, but I can't seem to do it. And I said, I just feel like I'm an imposter. And she said to me, what do you know more? Because that business was a bridal jewelry business. So I don't know if anybody has ever heard about me talk about I used to make tiaras. I made tiaras for a long, long time. And she said, well, what do you know more of? Horses and horse business or bridal jewelry? And the truth is, I know more about horses. And this is why I run the Equine Business Assistant. So what do I do? If you're here, do say hello. So it's lovely to see you. And I can hopefully see some of the comments if you do leave me, if you've got any questions. So how did I get from bridal jewelry to this? That's what I want to share a little bit today. Now, one of my experiences with horses is I spent 20 years of my life working with the Horse Rangers Association. And through that time, I was a trustee, I was a director, I was an instructor, I had to do the marketing, I did quite a lot of stuff. So I learned a lot of skills. Hi, Yusel. I learned a lot of skills in that time. And during that time, I wasn't paid. So it was a charity. So I did it all for nothing. So I learned a lot of skills on the back of nothing. And so I was having to work as well as do all the stuff that I was doing for horses. Now, any of you that have got horsey businesses, you know how time consuming it is to run a horse business. And to run a horse business, and even though there was a group of us that did it, we ran it and we still had to work. And I used to joke with people that I went to work for a break. Because sometimes you had to. So in the meantime of learning all of that stuff, of gaining all my experience and my qualifications and things like that with horses, I was still having to do a day job, which I know a lot of you have been there. And I went off and I decided that I was going to run my own business. So I started this bridal jewelry business. It was called Bespoken For. And if anybody wants to laugh, I'm sure if you go onto YouTube and you search for how to wear a tiara, you may well come up with one of my videos. And what happened with Bespoken For? Well, I ran it. I think I ran it for about 7 years. And my jewelry was worn all across the world. But I wasn't particularly happy in that business, even though I still got great, I got great coverage. I was on coverage in magazines. I had a column. I did all of that stuff. Hi, Laura. I did all of that, and I couldn't make the money. And it's bonkers, isn't it? Because you know that there's money in the like when people add weddings onto things, that's normally a price tag, sort of like ching ching. But I couldn't make money. And the reason I couldn't make money in that business was absolutely nothing to do with my products, absolutely nothing to do with my skills. It was purely to do with a lot of going on up here in my mindset. And I felt that I couldn't afford to do stuff. So I didn't get the help. I didn't get the support. I ended up getting pushed into spending a lot of money on advertising. I don't know if anybody of you have ever fallen in that trap before. How much is a magazine advert and how much do you get back from it? Yeah. And I found it really, really hard. Nobody was teaching online business at that time. We are talking like 2005. There was very few people teaching you how to run an online business. And if they were doing it for like a ridiculous amount of money, like serious ridiculous amount of money. So I spent quite a bit of money trying to learn, but again, I couldn't afford the coaching, I couldn't afford the support. And all this other stuff going on in my head to do with my mindset, especially around money, because I come from a town that is quite high on the deprivation list. I won't lie. If you search for Harwich and look up the statistics, we are not a well-off area, and a lot of people feel that because I'm close to London and there's money all down in the south. It's not true where I'm at. We've got a port that's pretty much dead. I've got a town that's full of empty shells of shops. There isn't a lot of money. I went to school and somebody stole like my mini disc player, and yeah, we're going back for it. And I remember saying to the head teacher, "Oh, somebody stole my mini disc player." And do you know what his response was? They've probably sold it for drugs. Not lying. So that gives you a little bit of an idea about where I grew up. So as you can imagine, I'm not from a wealthy horse background. I didn't grow up with horses in the gardens. What got me into horses? Like, it's crazy. But I absolutely loved horses from tiny age. And I remember begging my mum, could I go riding? Could I go riding? Please let me go riding. Please let me go riding. I was that kid that used to get dragged up and down Colchester High Street wearing her, you know, those awful rubber boots. You remember those awful, those really, really awful, I think they're made by Loveson. I don't think they even make them now, where they were just pure rubber and there was no lining, and they'd get stuck on your feet and you'd have to get like 100 people to pull them off because they were so bad, or put plastic bags inside so they'd slip. If you've got those rubber boots, I'm very sorry. I feel your pain. I totally do. And I was, the kid that used to get dragged up and down the high street wearing her full outfit every Saturday, jodhpurs, boots, the lot, and I never got to go riding. Never. Until I was 11. I think the week before my 12th birthday, I finally made my mum finally gave in and agreed for me to go to the Horse Rangers. So the Horse Rangers is a charity that's set up purposely to help children that can't afford to go riding, and so that's why it sort of became almost an obsession of mine for years and years and years. And I only recently retired. I retired in 2018. So I did a long time at the Horse Rangers. I joined when I was 11, and I left 2018. So I was 30 something, ridiculous. So I had to work for it. I didn't have horses, weren't in my blood. But I worked my backside off, and I learned everything. And I just absolutely loved it, and I loved every minute of it. And I really, really believe in those charities that help those children, because if you're like me and you don't get that, if you've never had that as a kid, these horses are so powerful. All those tough times, those times in life when things are really bad, you go and find a pony, don't you? And you give it a hug and you tell it all your deepest, darkest secrets. And I've seen how horses change lives. So that's kind of why that's a bit about my sort of horsey story. But from that, I was doing that, and I was also having a job. So I had this business. That business failed. Won't lie, failed. Big, massive failure. Closed it all, shut it all down, decided that I would go and get a proper job. Been there, haven't you? I know so many of us have been there. And so in my proper job, I then left and I went to work as a teaching assistant at school. And I worked in the maths department for a year, helping children with their GCSE maths. And not really my bag, as you can imagine. And when it came to like the years up, they made me redundant. So I was like, oh great, I can get back to doing what I really feel that I should be doing, which was I've always believed that I should be running my own business. So I kind of finished the job, thought I'd go back and run Bespoke & Four, and I'd carry on a bit more with that, because at that stage I hadn't totally shut it. It was still kind of on the way out. I hadn't made that decision. I'd never really let it go. So I did a month sort of trying to do a little bit of that. And then another job came up at school, and I think about 30 people messaged me and went, you need to get this job. And there was the pressure, and you just thought, I don't really want it. But I applied just to keep people happy, as you do. Got that job as well. And that was working in the admin, doing school trips and organising all the school trips and work experience. And as you can imagine, hated that too. As much as I can't organise myself to get on train to London. Like last year I went to the Ritz and I still managed to miss my train. So how I managed to do that, I think we were organising about 150 school trips a year, plus organising all the year 10 work experience. And then I got offered a job with Hemps Green Equestrian and Lisa Spence. So I decided that actually I would much rather go and be her business manager. And so I did that for 2 years. And then I finally decided that it was time to move on, and I needed to put in place my own business because it's in my blood. I feel like I'm supposed to be running my business. So then what happened? I decided that even though when I go through all my journals, I wrote down the Equine Business Assistant back in 2016. I talked about how I was going to run this business, and which the crazy thing is, I totally forgot that I even said that. And then I decided I'd be a virtual assistant because, of course, I can do admin. Like I can do admin with my eyes closed. So I tried that for a little while. Didn't really like that. Wasn't really getting clients that I felt were great for me. So then something I heard this little voice inside me going, for goodness sake, Jenny, you know horses. Why are you not helping the equestrian business owners of the world? And then I remember thinking, no, I can't. I don't know enough. I don't know. And I don't know if anybody has ever been there and you felt like that. Because it was rubbish, not true. It's absolutely not true. And even though I closed my business back in 2011, 2012, I had spent the last 8 years really working out what went wrong. Really working out. I got obsessed with how to make things work on social media. I got obsessed with copywriting. I got obsessed with all the business stuff that you're not taught. I studied business and economics at school. You're not taught all this stuff. You're not. They teach you stuff that it's flash in the pan. It doesn't last. And as we know with businesses, it's constantly changing. It's constantly evolving, and you can't stick to some massively long business plan that you were taught at school. It just doesn't work like that. And again, a lot of the stuff we were taught just isn't relevant now. Business has changed like massively. I don't know about you guys, it's changed massively. And even when if the internet wasn't like it is now, technology's come on, and so we don't know all this stuff. So I kind of got obsessed, and I spent all that time like learning why emails, I hated writing them and all of that stuff. And so I was really, really obsessed with it. And then so I started off with the Equine Business Assistant, and I put out a couple of posts, and I got a client within 24 hours and was like, oh no, I'm going to mess this up. Because a lot of that stuff that I had carried from my previous business was eating me alive. All that fear of failure, all that belief that I wasn't good enough. And I've had that belief that I wasn't good enough since I was tiny. And it's a self-sabotaging belief. It totally is. I took exams and I was told that I could have done better. I was never ever good enough. I was never good enough. And it's why I kind of almost didn't do what I could have done or as well as I should have done, because I didn't believe I was good enough. And it's taken me all this time to get there. And I know what it feels like, which is why I kind of do what I do. And it just sort of evolved from that, really, because the first thing I did when I started the Equine Business Assistant was I went, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I need help. And the first thing I did was I got a coach. I hadn't made any money at that stage, but I knew I needed help to work through all that crap that I believed about myself that quite honestly was lies. And I told myself lies for 35 years. told myself all those lies for all that time. So I needed help, and I got that help and I got that support, and I moved the business forward. And soon people were saying to me, Jenny, how do you do this? Jenny, how do you do that? Jenny, how do you do this? And I discovered my real passion was actually to help support and coach and mentor businesses so they don't make those stupid mistakes that I made, so that when they feel like they're in a funk, when they feel like they're like, I don't know what to do, I feel overwhelmed, I feel stuck, I can come on board and go, okay, let's work this out, and come on board with positivity and love and support. And that's what I do, which is why I founded the Equestrian Business Support Network, because I genuinely believe we are stronger together and we need support in this business. We need support. And I want to help as many businesses worldwide as I can. I'm on a total mission. I'm so blessed that I've got clients now all across the world. I've got clients in America, clients in Australia, clients in the UK. I think I've had a few in France, Spain. I've got clients everywhere. I'm on a mission to help as many equestrian business owners as I possibly can. So the ways that I do that, because I know that we're not all at that level where we can spend money, and I know what it's like to feel like you're in that catch-22, where everybody's promising that they'll help you, but only if you spend £1,000 and you haven't got £1,000 in the bank, and you're like, but I need this and I can't do it. I know what that's like. So the things that I offer to support you is I've got my Equestrian Business Support Network. It is the most amazing. It's the most amazing Facebook group. It's got about 800 members in it at the moment. There's plenty of room for more. You can come in there and you can ask questions. You can get support. And they're all equestrian business owners who are genuinely there to support you. So get in that group. It's awesome. If you don't need it, if you're not sure where, just leave me a comment and I can always send you the link for the group. So the Equestrian Business Support Network, brilliant place to go to get some support for free. Absolutely free. Then on top of that, I have got a little mini course that's available on my website. If you want to have a look at that one as well, just send me the course link and I'll send you it. And this course takes you through 7 days of how to bring your business online a little bit more, and how to actually make the most of Facebook, make the most of Instagram, to understand where you're at in your business and how you can work forwards. Because what I like to do, if anybody's followed me for a while, you'll know that I like to put horse stuff in. I like to use horses to teach you about business. So if you get on my email list as well, you'll get loads of tips on how to, when you're feeling like you just don't know what to do and you feel like you've missed a beat and you're left behind and your planning's all over the shop and you just don't know where to go next. That is kind of what you can get from my email list. I send all those tips, all that stuff that I work through. There's also I've got a Facebook fab stuff. If you get on the mini course, you get that free. And there's just loads of free resources. It gives you the opportunity to go through a couple of my quizzes as well to help you to know where you are on the scales of training when it comes to your business. Because I believe that we should all be able to have a schoolmaster of a business and not feel like we're on a wild horse. Because I think so many times, give me a comment if you've ever felt like your business is a total wild horse and it's running away with you and you're left behind the movement and you just don't know how to deal with it and how to make it stop. I think we've all been there. So just let me know. Let me know if that's something you felt, because I know I felt that and thought, how the heck? I don't know how to sort this out. I just don't know. Which is why I do a lot of how to plan, how to find your time. And I talk about systems as well, because I also like to have a business that runs a little bit without you. I think if your business owns you, you're not a good business owner. Yeah, if your business cannot survive a little time with you away, we need to help you to get some systems and some processes in place so that you can get some breaks. You can get a holiday. You can make sure you've got enough money in the bank. Take a month off, and still have ways and have income streams coming in. And that's what I like to help clients with. And I can help you set up online courses. I've done that for businesses. I can help you set up subscription plans for certain things. And that's kind of what I do in a nutshell. I feel like I've just blabbered for however long that was, 20 minutes or so. But if you watched it all, do you know what? Yeah, top. Well done. Has anybody got any questions for me? Like, is there anything that I can help support you with in your business? Because while I work with clients on a one-to-one basis, I've also got like a group program which is called Nail It Online. Nail It? Yeah, my Nail It program, which is like a group mastermind. It's got courses, and we have a Facebook group with that, and we also have weekly accountability calls, and you get one-to-one sessions with me. So I do that. That's a really affordable way of getting support, but I also try and help you as much as I can for free, because I know it's really, really hard, which is why I want to actually invite you guys to, if you feel like you need some support and you're thinking that I might be able to help you, I've got a few different things coming up. So there is the online mastermind. That's £99 a month. I've got a course called Breaking in Your Equestrian Business, which is all about getting the groundwork and the foundation right. We cover I love to use horse stuff. So we talk about the confirmation of your business. That's about your business model. How do we get that right? Because if you get the business model wrong, that's when you've got a bit of a wild horse. It's going to run away with you. So we start to design your business for you. We then look at like the tack and turnout. So that goes through branding and how you want to make sure that it all is coherent and everything gels together. There's also a couple of other modules that go through, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, like the systems and processes, which is what I call like don't be the show pony or the plough horse, stolen from the brilliant Denise Duffield Thomas. Because like to actually make sure that you know all the jobs can happen, but you can also outsource them. So we go through some of that stuff, and it's a really, really cool course. So if anybody would be interested in that, I will be opening that out very soon. Again, I'll be putting the wait list out for that. And what else have I got? I've got a space actually. I've got one space for a VIP client, which is where I come on and we get your project moving forward, and I actually do some of the work for you. So if any of that sounds of interest, what I'd like to do is invite you to have a little chat with me, maybe book a discovery call. I will pop the links in the comments. See if I can find the link to my discovery calls. I'll pop it in the link in the comments. But if you are on Instagram, you can just go to the link in my bio, and there should be a book a discovery call there for you. But I'll pop that in. Discovery call. Got a link somewhere. Yeah, it's just jennybush.com/discovery/ call, and maybe have a look, like booking a time with me, and we can have a little bit of a chat about where you're at in your business and how I can help, and if it would work for you. Because if it's not going to work for you, I don't want to waste your time or your money either. Because it's just, it's really, really important for me that you actually get the right support. And if I can't help, I'll find you somebody else that can. So I'm going to stop talking now. But that was a bit of an intro to why I do what I do. And like just to let you know a little bit about me, because also the reason I'm doing this is because the amazing Susanna from SJMS Osteopathy, and she runs a local networking called For the Good of the Horse. She's challenging people to do a live every day, and she's got on her Facebook page, I think it might be on the Instagram as well, it's for_the_good_of the horse, or and she's doing she's got some 30 days of lives prompts, and I've been really rubbish at doing them, but I thought I would come live anyway today and let you know that I'm kind of still here. Mainly I just didn't feel up to doing a live on a Monday because sadly I lost my cat on Saturday, and it made me very sad, and it took a few days for my eyes to come back to a reasonable size, because it was such a big shock. Because I wasn't expecting that on a Friday afternoon. Do have a look at Susanna's 30 Days of Lives if you want to go live in your business. Do get in the Equestrian Business Support Network, and if you've got any questions, you can always ask the people in there. They are so supportive. It's such an awesome group. And then if you would like to perhaps find out a little bit more about the Nail It Mastermind, it's jennybush.com/nail it. is the page that will tell you all of the details. And of course, if you'd like to have a little chat with me, book a discovery call. The link is in the comments, so you can find 15 minutes to have a little chat with me to see if actually I would be a good fit, because it's a very delicate balance, and we want to make sure that we get the right support. It's the same as when you get a coach to teach you to ride. Some of them will gel with better than others, and you need to know that they're going to actually be able to help you with what your problem is, because there's no point going to a dressage coach and telling the dressage coach that actually you want to ride a hobby horse, or you just want a happy hack. They can teach you that, but that's probably a bit of a waste of their skills and their time, and they might not be the person for you. And the same as you're not going to go to a top elite event trainer to teach your 5-year-old daughter to ride a horse, because that's not their thing. So it's really, really important that you choose the right support network around you. But get in the Equestrian Business Support Network. It's a really fair place, and I hope to see you there. And do say hello if you're in the Equestrian Business Support Network. If you're in there already, I'm going to send you a challenge. I want you to go live in there and tell everybody who you are and what you do. And I hope to see you there. See you soon. Bye. End this. I hate all these bits at the end. It's because I've gone live on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. So sorry, guys, for this strange bit at the end, but thank you for joining me. I really, really appreciate it. Please, if you've got any questions or any comments, do leave them. I will come back and answer you. And I'm wishing you a really, really lovely day. I'll see you soon. Bye.